Now, we're always hearing that young people are struggling to get a job in these tough times, but a new report suggests that they themselves might be partly to blame. The Chante Institute of Personnel and Development said it heard from employers who are desperate to recruit but can't find young people with the skills that they need. Its research found that many young people just don't understand how to prepare for a job interview, with candidates turning up late, wearing the wrong clothes and even using text speak in their application. Well, earlier I was joined by the Youth Parliament member for Brent, Chante Joseph, and the LBC radio presenter and former apprentice contestant James Max. I started by asking him whether employers are struggling to find the right person for the job. Chante and James, thank you very much for joining me tonight. James, let's start with you. Is it hard, do you think, for companies to find the right people for jobs these days?
It's very difficult for people to find the right people with the right skills. And what you've got is you've got younger people who want their dream job and they want to turn up and just start day one and everything's marvellous. But then you have employers who want their people to be economically productive from day one. So I think what we've got is a little bit of a problem on both sides, actually. Young people, perhaps expectations too high. Employers just wanting everything handed to them on a plate so that they don't have to do anything because they can't be bothered. So, in fact, we've got to work on both sides of this.
Chante, I mean, you could say James is being quite diplomatic there, isn't he? Because young people, as ever, get a bad rap in this report, don't they? They're described as being badly dressed, not punctual, filling out application forms using text speech and shorthand and kind of wanting the dream job as soon as they walk through the doors. It doesn't look good, does it?
No, I think that's incredibly stereotypical. And I think why a lot of young people go to work and why I went into work was to pay for, my education, for me to travel to and from sixth form. Since they removed the 16 to 19 bursary, I know a lot of young people haven't been entitled to the benefits that they need in order to continue in education. And because we have to stay in school until we're 18 now, a lot of young people need that financial support. And, I do think that the report was very stereotypical of young people and the whole idea of talking in text speak and coming up late.
Have you ever done that?
No, I mean, maybe when I was 11 years old, maybe, I was talking in text speak to my friends in the playground, but that doesn't really happen a lot, and
Let me tell you, it does happen a lot, and this is the problem. We do have a significant minority. There are, of course, some great young people. Let's not put everybody in the same group. But we do have a significant minority, and certainly when I was working for one of the leading investment banks in the world, where I was responsible for recruitment, the amount of things that came through from really well-educated youngsters, badly spelt, poorly laid out, mistakes, not getting the right person, not doing enough research on the company. All of that is true. I've seen it.
But I do believe that you can't blame young people for this.
Maybe, well, who else do you blame?
What about the education system? Are young people being equipped with the right skills that they need to go into the world of work? Maybe they haven't been shown to that way of life, so they don't have the experience in order to carry this out. And a lot of employers are like, we want work experience, but now they're cutting work experience from schools. It's optional, and a lot of academies have opted out of doing work experience.
But how
young
much?
people don't have the chance to do work experience. And I totally understand that as a businessman, as a business, you want staff, you want employees who are constantly on the ball, know exactly what they're doing, but also there are a lot of young people who are keen to work but just haven't been given the opportunity.
But how much are you going to apply the blame elsewhere? You can't go around blaming schools and everybody else. Why not take responsibility for yourself?
James, what about the responsibility of the employer? Maybe they're being a bit overly realistic and they need to give people a break.
They do need to give people a break, and I agree with you. You're absolutely right to make sure that employers aren't extracting the Michael, shall we say. But let's also be clear, you have to have people taking responsibility for themselves. Stop blaming everybody else, take responsibility yourself.
James and Chante, thank you very much.